Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the members of Ancient Natural Path and from all every platform you're watching us from every location you're watching us from. I wish to thank each and every one of you for listening to this live broadcast on the new dimension of ordinary face, life transformation, debunking the lies being told to us from the Christianity aspect of it, of life, and from the traditional aspect of life. So today, I am going to explain, bring people into a new dimension where so many people will hear my voice and will understand. So I greet each and every one of you. So before I start, I know of a guy called Ijele Esobanje. Ijele Esobanje. I've been following him for some time, but I wish to tell you something more about him before I start my topic. Ijele Obanje lives at Oga. He's an industrious guy. A vision was revealed to me about what I'm sent here on earth to do. Bringing life transformation to every people. And then when that message came from Aguchu, they told me specifically that I should know that Ijele Esobanje is a priest. But along the line, as we bring this transformation, when we bring this new dimension of ordinary spirituality to another level, many people will come to join us in this. And before I start, I wish to say RIP, rest in peace, for my own mother, and also RIP to the mother of Ijele Esobanje. I haven't met him, but I was told to understand that he's an ordained priest. I have spoken with him once, one certain time. Even today, that was last year, but even to today, I'm making this speech. I haven't spoken to him. But when we unveil this part, this new dimension, this vision that has been placed upon me as a mandate that must be actualized, many people will join. So I wish to thank each and every one of you again who will help to make sure that this new vision, it has been a vision that was placed upon me. It has been a mandate that was placed upon me, but it was yesterday that everything unfolded to his large extent, to the level whereby I got to understand my purpose of existence here on this world. I still remember my humble self, Okano Chimso, obele nwa na-akpa ike nọrọ ukwu, eze mmiri, onye nchụaja, odogwu akata aka, odogwu onime onime igwe. So now, the new exposition is about to start. So listen, and listen very carefully. I'm not here to have fans. I'm here to bring light, to bring spirituality to every dusters, to start debunking the lies being told to us. But for the Christian aspect of it and to the traditional aspect of it, we're bringing it together. So what am I about to say right now? Here we start the message. So listen. And you can like, and you can share, so that people will start to understand. Christianity might wash also. Christians, they are free to wash. Because this is made available to everyone that is listening to my voice. And I wish and I pray that Chukwu Abiyama will continue to be with us and bless each and every one of us who are supporting us to this new dimension we are about to expose, a live exposition right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Before I start, I wish to thank the Igwe of Oruku Kingdom. I wish to give a big shout out to all his cabinets of this present era 2022. I'm here to give a very big shout out to all the cabinets of Igwe of Oruku Kingdom, the homeland of the great, to the Obis, to the Ishias, ndị nze na ọzọ, and all the title holders and occupants of Oraku Kingdom, the homeland of the great. I wish to thank each and every one of you. And I wish to thank Oraku as a whole, to thank our ancestors. And I wish to thank Uru Amada as a whole, because he's one of our ancestors. Uru Amada mụtara Nnahu Obiam. Nnahu Obiam, I wish to thank you. I wish to greet you. Nnahu Obiam mụtara Nwabụ. Nwabụ, I need to greet you. You are a great ancestors. It was because of you people that we exist to today. Mwabo, I need to greet you very well for giving birth to Ile Zunama. The late Ile Zunama, I greet you. Ile Zunama, I wish to greet you very well and also to extend the greeting to your son, Okanome. If I have missed the line of the ancestral lineage down to my own place, don't be angry because it's coming from the off head. But I know those names I'm mentioning are appropriately called from the history of my lineage of Oru down to me. Okanume, I wish to greet you and I wish to extend the greeting to your late son, Ukoyosha. Late Ukoyosha, I thank you for letting us exist to this generation. Ukoyosha, I wish to thank you very well and to extend our greeting to the late Onyeso, who is my reincarnator. Your ancestors are so great. Thank you very much. And the Onyeso, who is my reincarnator, I wish to thank you and also extend my greeting to your son, who is my father, Chukwumwike Lazarus Bajal Okane. And my father gave birth to me, Shisom Okane. And I, Shisom Okane, gave birth to Munashimso Ashebe Okane. Thank you, my ancestors, for you have done a great work to make sure you have fight a good cause to make sure that this generation existed for the goodness and the purpose of creation of Chukwu Kikabiama. This is my ancestral lineage. So before I start anything I do, I have to greet them. Because without them, I am not supposed to be available as I speak to you right now. A new dimension of spirituality, odinani spirituality. Now, let me bring this message to you all. It starts now. So listen very carefully as I bring this new exposition. They have been giving me this message of me joining the priesthood to bring a new dimension. You know, our ancestors, they were unable to write. They were unable to document so many things. And to be sincere to you, some of our ancestors, especially the one who rejected some of my ancestors, they did wrong. Yes, because they contributed to the slave trade. They sold so many people out. So I won't say that some of what they did was right. They sold so many people. And then, back then, it wasn't seen as something that is evil. Which from my own ancestral generation, some of them made that mistake, which have been affecting us, which gave birth to many black people who now naturalize in the US, which they call Black Americans. They are from Africans. Some of them are those people our ancestors sold during slave trade. Our ancestors, even though they did all those things, I'm not here to reject them as my ancestors, but I'm here to bring the truth to let you people know, even though they made mistakes, they are still to be recognized as our ancestors. This is not about covering the traditional aspects of life. No. Some of those people who were killed to institute some deities, they were buried alive. It happened. If not from my own ancestral lineage, it happened to others. Because they never consulted Aguchuku very well. And that's why they made some mistakes. And most of them never followed the footsteps of Aguchuku. They never listened to what we call Aguchuku is the wisdom and the counselor of spirituality, which the Christianity terms to be the Holy Spirit in this our era. That's why we call it Aguchuku, because it belongs to God. The Agu Aineme now belongs to God. How does it belong to God? Because Chukwu Okike Abiama permitted it to exist. So everything that is being created on this earth belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Everything being created on earth belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama, including the devil you think that exists belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Both the good and the bad that is existing on this earth belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama. That's why his power is beyond. That's why he controls everything, both the living and the non-living, both the good and the bad. All of those people belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama, and none will be perished. Follow me as I bring this new exposition to you. You understand it. Whatever I'm saying, it was never written. It's never documented. It was revealed to me by Aguchuku. Just yesterday. Just yesterday. They have been showing me how to do my things, my priesthood in ordinary form. They showed me so many things. But it was yesterday that my Aguchuku hit me the true revelation or the true lesson which I should expose to the world for them to understand. You might debunk it because it's coming from a smaller person. You might debunk it because it wasn't coming from a professor. You might debunk it because this person doesn't know anything about the Igbo spirituality. You might debunk it because of any of your personal reasons. But I will tell you the real fact. Everything, both the arose, both the whole deities existing on this earth belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Ọbasi pụrụ m ihe niile. Osebụlụ ụwa Chukwu Okike. Ask me how. Ask me how. Be it Ogwugwu, be it Udo, be it arụsị ngene, be it arụsị akpụ, be it ugwu. No matter the deity you call it, be it Omalugo, be it Omambala, be it Idemili, call it, be it Ogu, Sham, be it Ajani, be it Ezumezu ndị mmiri, be it Ogbanje Enuana, be it Ogbanje mmiri. Call it anything you want to call it with different names. Be it Ekwensu Anako, be it Haba of Agolo, be it any kind of the strongest oracle you might know on this earth, anyone you think of. All of these are attributes and some branches and dimensions of Chukwu Okike Abiama, Opasipumi ihe niile Osebụlụ ụwa, the creator. So far he permitted all this to exist on earth. All of them is under his command, under his footstool. And he permitted it for his sole purpose of creation. Listen very carefully. Kanjiri Igbo way so that people will understand what I'm trying to say. Also ya bụrụ arụsị. Also ya bụrụ ọgwụ. Also ya bụrụ nke ọbụla aja anị, nke ọbụla ịkpọrọ ya. Also ya bụrụ mmiri. Ọ Chukwu Okike Abịama nwechi ihe niile a. Ọ Chukwu Okike Abịama kechara ihe niile a. Because Chukwu Okike Abịama mere ka ihe niile ahụ na-arụ ọrụ in different forms and in different dimensions. Ka o wee gosipụta ọrụ ebube ya. Ọsọ ya bụla Ekwensu Anako, the god of war. Nke ọbụla nke chọrọ na nga kpọọ ya ide mmiri, nke ọbụla chọrọ ka kpọọ ya. All are the branches of Chukwu Okike Abịama. So when you want to call ndị mmiri, kpọọ ya ezumezu ndị mmiri Chukwu. Ịchọ ịkpọ agwụ, ịkpọ agwụ Chukwu. Ịchọ ịkpọ udo, arụsị udo, ịkpọ ya Udo Chukwu. And that's why some of these names, we use it. We call our name Udo. And that arụsị udo is Angel Michael. That is the transformation. They changed the name to English language. Obunobu kpọọ ya Ogwugwu Chukwu because it belongs to Chukwu Okike Abịama Ọbasi pụrụ ime ihe niile. When you agree with me that everything ekelnenu wa belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama, then can you answer me? Then who is now that Satan, that devil Christianity na-egosi anyị n'onyanwa bụ the bad egg? Remember, everything I'm teaching you is not documented. And even if you call me anywhere, anytime, any day, any studio, any place, I will sit down to analyze it for you. Who is now the Satan or the devil Christianity will tell? And remember, before I dive into it, remember Chukwu Okike Abiama, Usebuluwa, is not a male and is never a female. He is a formless entity that can bring himself into a male form or a female form or any form he wishes to, or any form as it wants. He can manifest himself through Mkporogu na Mkpaakwụkwọ. That's why Mkporogu na Mkpaakwụkwọ have their purpose of existence. Every herbs, every root have their purpose of existence. Mkporogu na Mkpaakwụkwọ enwelu n'ime ọhịa ma oke osisi, anything ifu n'ime ọhịa, ihe ọbụla ifu n'elu ala nwere reason ha ji wee bịa for existence. If it's not for man's consumption, for human consumption physically, it is for man consumption spiritually. These two things. These two things. And now, who is Satan? But before I answer you this, Satan, ma Chukwu, ma Ekwensu ahụ, ma Satan, Ishokpo ya Satan, Ishokpo ya Lucifer, anyone you want to call it, are the negative energy of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Don't be confused. Remember I told you, everything here on earth belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama, belongs to Sebuluwa. Be it positive or negative. Ihe niile Chukwu Okike kere n'ụwa has positive and negative. Enwere ihe melu the negative side of it. Chukwu Okike ji wee kee the negative side of it. When Chukwu Okike ji wee kee the positive side of it. As he created the sun, he created the light, so he created the darkness to be. Because two of them have their season. Nke abịa, ọpụọ, nke abata, rụọ ọrụ nke ya for the purpose of creation. Ọrụcha ya ọpụọ, ọchalụ nke abatakwa. Chukwu Okike kele anyị wụ mmadụ, ke ụfọdụ nwoke, ke ụfọdụ nwanyị, to tell you that him himself, Osebuluwa, Chukwu Okike Abiama, can be male and also can be female. Mgbe ọbụla ọ chọrọ. O webụbata ike ya ahụ webụtata n'ụwa. So what am I trying to say? Some people will be asking me, so are you trying to say that devil doesn't exist? That the enemies of God doesn't exist? There's nothing like enemies of God. Sorry for using the word God. Mgbe ọbụla m kpọrọ God, whenever I mention God, just know I am talking about Chukwu Okike Abiama, Osebuluwa. There is nothing like Satan or Lucifer. Why? Some people are asking me, Ke ka ọgwụ ya esi wee bụrụ the power of God? Ọgwụ is the power of Chukwu Okike Abiama. I will still come into that. Not dimension by dimension. Exposition of a clear revelation. Chukwu Okike Abiama, through his Agu Chukwu, gave to me to expose. I kwusha maka Satan because Satan, ọgwụ, charms, black wishes, witchcraft, all these things, I'll put them together. Or emewezie topic by topic by topic. I will now elaborate it. I will now expatiate it. I will now bring more light by breaking it step by step. But I'm here to give a clear revelation of what some people doesn't know. Now listen. Who is now Satan? Who is Satan? Satan is not Ekwensu. Before this Bible came to us, we know and Ekwensu has existed. And that's why we say Ikwe, Osu. Ikwe Kwana, Osu. Because Ekwensu is an angel or an attribute of where God wants to channel his power through the negative side. Because after creation, he created the good and he created the bad. Everyone cannot be good at the same time. And everybody cannot be bad, both in the physical realm and both in the spiritual realm. No one can be bad at the same time. And nobody can be good at the same time. That's why they must be bad. And that's why they must be good. Chukwu Okike Abiama created this to be like this, so that the world will balance. Chukwu Okike Abiama is so wise, and he is the all-knowing entity. So you cannot tell me in your Bible that Chukwu Okike Abiama, with that fake story of creation, that Chukwu Okike Abiama regretted creating man. No. Chukwu Okike Abiama cannot regret creating man. Chukwu Okike Abiama cannot regret anything he created, because he knows that everything he created on this earth, on this world, belongs to him. And he have the reason to create them. Ekwensu, Satan, Lucifer, all are under Chukwu Okike Abiama's control. All are the branches of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Through it is a channel whereby Chukwu Okike Abiama deposited his power through the negative side, so that it will bring a balance towards the world, both the good and the bad. There cannot be good only. There must be bad supporting it for it to hold a balance, and it must hold. Something. That's why everything on this earth is positive and negative. When Chukwu Okike created man, he knows there must be a reason that this man should have a negative side of it, which is the woman, so that it will rhyme for the sole purpose of procreation or creation. This teaching I'm about to give you is the teaching that will survive ordinary spirituality. If you debunk this thing I'm trying to expose to you today, I tell you, menu man, ordinana, will continue to crawl, will continue to crawl. That's why the white men, they look at Africa's spirituality as a whole. Africa's spirituality as a whole. They say these are the devil. These are the devil. Because we are black. And they call us black. And that black is affecting us. And that's why some people doesn't want to be called blacks. Why some people wants and enjoy the name they call them. Ọkwachukwu kele abalị kee ife, otu a ka Chukwu si wee kee blacks Africa, wee kee ndị ọcha akpọrọ European. There must be two things of different kinds that will come together. Ọgwụ, a na-asị ị na-agwọ ọgwụ, ị na-agwọ ọgwụ, ị na-agwọ ọgwụ, ọgwụ ọnwụ ekwensu, ndị na-agwọ ọgwụ ya anwụ, ndị na-agwọ ọgwụ ya anwụọ. Who is telling you that lie or that fallacy? That n'ọgwụ, that anybody that is preparing sham will go to hell. Who created the hell? In Igbo spirituality, hell is Ajago. Heaven is Ebo. So when you misuse the power, the privilege Chukwu Okike Abiama gave you, misusing it means you are going in the wrong dimension. You are going through the negative dimension, and through that negative dimension you are going through, it's not secured. Because Chukwu Okike Abiama will disappoint you for using his power negatively. What do I mean? When you bring Ogu as a whole, anyị na-agwọ ọgwụ, anyị na-agwọ ọgwụ. Ilofukwa na enwere ndị na-agwọ ọgwụ ya eje n'igwe, ya eje n'ebo. Enwekwara ndị na-agwọ ọgwụ ya eje n'aja agụ. Mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ nke ndị kerie, ọ bụ osebụlụ ụwa. Mmiri ka onye kerie, ọ bụ osebụlụ ụwa. Aja anị na mmụọ so ha nke ndị kerie, ọ bụ osebụlụ ụwa. Mmụọ bi na mmiri nke ndị kerie, ọ bụ osebụlụ ụwa. Anụmanụ na-aganụ nke ndị kelie, ọ bụ osebụlụ ụwa. Anụ na-efe efe nke ndị kelie, ọ bụ osebụlụ ụwa. They are osebụlụ ụwa. They are osebụlụ ụwa. They are Osebloa. God allowed them, Chukwu Okike allowed them to exist. Chukwu Okike Abịama allowed them to exist. In fact, it was Chukwu Okike Abịama that created every mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ, be it iroko, nke ọbụla, osisi ọbụla dị n'ọhịa, mkpọrọgwụ ọbụla dị n'ọhịa, ihe niile dị ndụ na-eto eto dị n'ọhịa, both for the sole purpose of man's human consumption physically and spiritually, was created by Chukwu Okike Abịama. So you now tell me, nweta ihe Chukwu kere, weta osisi ngwu, weta osisi akpụ, kute mmiri Chukwu kere, kpota aja Chukwu kere, tinye ya n'ite, kute mmiri Chukwu kere, bue ya n'ime, wetazie mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ agwụ Chukwu gosiri anyị ihe dị iche iche ọ na-alụ, eweta m ihe tinye n'ite, wee wetazie anụmanụ Chukwu kelekwarụ, ma ndị na-efe efe na ndị ha efe efe, wee kpokọrọ ha nche niile wee tinye n'ime ite, wee wetazie ọkụkọ Chukwu kere, nke anyị na-erikwa eli o, nke ya wee chọrọ ili na ị ga-egbupụ isi gbasa ọbara ya n'ala. Anyị werezie si na anyị achọghị ịgbasa ọbara ya n'ala, nọ n'ime ihe niile a Chukwu kere eke ka anyị agbasa ya na ya. You now tell me na I have deviated. You now tell me that I have deviated from Chukwu Okike Abịama to Ekwensu. No. Ndị ọcha bịa wetala anyị the Bible, which comprises the Igbo spirituality, or we call it, let us just generalize it, the African spirituality in the Old Testament. Nothing concerns me about the New Testament, but I'll pick some things in the New Testament. When I pick it, I will expose it all to you people, for you people to understand what I'm trying to say. When we come to the Old Testament, the laws of Moses. Yes. Asị, ime m mmekwarụ adịghị eso okwu. That is why tradition accepts it so deeply that we have law of karma. Imeta mma na-esolu gị, imeta njọ esolu gị. Nje ahụ a na-ekwu okwu ya bụ using God's power, using Chukwu Okike Abịama pụrụ ime ihe niile, the power of Chukwu Okike to do the wrong side of it, the evil part of it, by making sure that people around you suffer. You are going against the nature, which if you go against the nature, the law of karma will visit you one day. Continue following me, because this is a big exposition that I'm going to teach you people. What happened documentary? I'm not even looking for fans. I'm not even looking for followers. But I believe the truth will always be the truth. And the truth which people hear will always set them free. Now, we are still at sham ọgwụ maka na mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ everything was created by God. So if I use what God created to achieve something on earth, it's never bad. But when it becomes bad, is when you use those powers which you are privileged to have. You start using it to intimidate people. Onyanwa ka a na-asị o metere mma ga-esie, o metere njọ ga-esie. Using Chukwu okike abịa ma power to do evil. And when a point here it will disappoint you because that was not the purpose of creation. The purpose of creation was to bring it to better people's life. Nobody taught me this. No dibia, no ezenwai, no pastor, nobody. It was my Aguchukwu that revealed this particular exposition to you. The truth which you know will set you free. And starting from today, if I have given you any teaching that is contrary to what I am saying right now, please, I am begging you to debunk those old teaching and now follow me. Mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ ihe ahụ ije n'ọhịa jee kata tii n'ite ka onye kelee osebụla ụwa. Ilofukwa na mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ ahụ na o nwere nke na-agwọ ya, o nwere nke nwere ọrụ dị iche iche ọ na-eje both in physical and spiritual. All these things, ihe nke a na-arụ, ihe a bụ ihe Aguchukwu kụziri ndị nna anyị ha in the olden days. But failure to ask more further. Failure to ask more further in those research is the reason, the very good reason why it is just as if we have deviated from the purpose of our existence. Oluchukwu, biko gift ọ na-agụ ọkụ nkesa ọrụ ya go. So sorry for using that. Anwụ na-achalụ ndị ọma, na-achalụ ndị ọjọọ, na-achalụ mmiri na-ezolu ndị ọma, na-ezolu ndị ọjọọ. Anwụcha mmiri abịa ya zoo, positive, negative. If you understand this exposition that I'm trying to give to you people, you will start debunking some lies. The foundation which you are to build that will take you more far is your mindset. When you get the right message, you begin to prosper. Everything about you will begin to change. Everything you are not doing right, you begin to do them accordingly. Because the foundation which you set, the mindset which you have is the mindset that can take you more far, because that mindset is the truth. Is the truth. And that truth will set you free. I don't know what the theologians might teach you about about this world, is both the physical and the spiritual part of it. I don't know what the psychological or the philosophers might have taught you about spirituality. But I'm telling you what Aguchukwu revealed to me. Coming to Ogu, continuation of Ogu. Since we know that Mkporogu na Mkpaakwụkwọ, which Chukwu Okike Abiama created for purpose, we decide to use it for the betterment of our people. Okay, let me just give you one example. In agwa ọgwụ na-egbu ndị mmadụ just for your selfish interest, maybe na aka ezi odogwu. You are using Chukwu Okike Abiama's power through the negative part, and wish one day you will face the karma, because it shall surely come back to you. Now, using Mkporogu na Mkpaakwụkwọ to better people's life in a positive way, the law of karma si o metere mma na mma ga-esie will visit you. You know, when we come to the aspect of killing people, you know there are some people that when you kill, you won't be judged for killing them. There are some people, if you kill, you'll be judged for killing them. Ask me, who are those people? Ask me, who are those people? And I will tell you. Those people who kill for their selfish interest are those who are misusing the Chukwu Okike Abiama's power. But those who have the privilege to control Chukwu Okike Abiama's power, which is made manifest, to all of us for the betterment of a territorial zone, for the betterment of people's life, is what we call choosing wisely and choosing for the purpose of Chukwu Okike Abiama's creation. You are going in the right track when you kill people for the betterment of your territorial zone, when you kill people for the betterment of people's life. What am I trying to insinuate right now? Can you ask yourself why war? Why war is not somehow evil? Can you tell me why when you go to war and kill people, it is not arrow to you? Can you tell me soldiers who kills just to protect their land, people who kills just to protect their land, why it is not arrow for them. But we know that if you kill somebody, you are against Ani, you are against Ajani. But when you fight for the purpose of protecting yourself, protecting the people around you, protecting your territory, protecting your land, it is not accountable to be seen to you. If so, that means all of our brothers and sisters who have joined the army, who go to war to rescue so many countries and come back with the victory, that all of them will go to hellfire, that all of them will go to Ajago. No, it doesn't work that way. That's why I told you from the first instance that those who, if you kill, it won't be a sin to you. Now, because this is a very great exposition that I'm giving to you people. A very big one. We might not finish it today, but at least we will go to some length today so that people will understand what we are talking about. What our ancestors failed, what brought failure to our ancestors was because instead of using your enemies to institute deities, they use their brothers and sisters to institute deities. And because you use the blood of your fellow brother and sister to institute deities, have it in mind that those deities those people you used to institute those deities, that the blood will cry out for justice one day. I said one day. One day, their blood will cry out for justice. If you want to institute deity, I will teach you. Even if you want to use a human life for it, I will tell you how you go about it and not killing your fellow brothers and sisters. Anybody who is an Igbo as a whole, Igbo as a nation, whether it's from your village, if it is not from your village, so far that land or that territory is an Igbo speaking people, you have no right to use them to institute any date. That's why Nyawamelu, Gbebu, Asege, Eje Shogo, you carry the heads of your enemies back to the land as a sign and proof that those lands our enemies have been conquered. Now listen. Listen very carefully. Because this exposition is what some people will not understand right now. Because now it involves killing. So some people will try to say, what is this person saying about? Killing has been happening even right from the olden days, and wars has always been happening right from the olden days. And God was not, Chukwokike Abiyamo was not against war, because I cannot fold my hands looking at you to invade my land and they rape my brothers and rape my sisters, kill my children, kill my siblings. And I will fold hand to look at you and shout, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, come and help me. Without me retaliating, without me fighting. No, it is not done. Chukwu Okike Abiyama will not come from Ebo down to this earth to fight for you. You have to fight it with the help of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Listen to me accordingly. If you really want to ever institute any deity at all, it must be with the head of your enemy. The head of your enemy, I mean, is not the enemy of your in-house or the same land territory zone. No. Go to war to another country, conquer them, and bring back their heads as evidence that you have conquered our enemies. Without this kind of mindset, the land and the nations of Christianity, let me call it, or of anything, will fall and crumble because our enemies will finish us. This is not a bad teaching. This is a real exposition. But that you need to institute deity as soon as possible, and you went to another land and start up a case. And if you go there to kill anybody just to institute and get to the head, the law of karma will visit you. Before you can do that. Just like the war between the Igbos and the Fulanis, they are the ones that started killing us. So we cannot fold our hands to keep looking at them just because that most, or let's say that 60% of Igbos are Christians. So we fold our hands and start speaking abracadabra. After speaking abracadabra, we will still be washing and they will slaughter us, rape our sisters, and slaughter our sons of the land just to occupy our land. And we fold our hands and not to defend our territorial zone. No. So when you see any Fulani and slaughter his head, it's not a sin to you because you are protecting your territorial zone. You are protecting your territorial zone. Because if you fold your hands, they might continue killing till it gets to you, and when you die shamefully. You die shamefully. Because you done nothing to the war. You saw war coming, and you sat down and be praying. Hey, Obasi Binenu, Osepolowa, please come and fight for us. It is quoted in this and this. It was quoted in this and this. Bible will not save you. Being a Christian will not save you because those Muslims know that Christianity is a peaceful zone. And so when they come They know that they are going to kill most of you people without you people fighting. Because fighting is against the Christian. Oh my God. That's why our brothers who are ESN, they use mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ Chukwu Okike Abiama created for the purpose of protecting ourselves when war comes. When you shoot them, it doesn't penetrate. Why? And bear it in mind that mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ they have used to protect themselves against machete, against guns, will never penetrate them and will never, ever disappoint them. Why? Because they are fighting for the betterment and they are fighting for that territorial zone, for their generations not to be wiped out. But when you use that that power of Chukwu Okike Abiama in another dimension, which is not even pleasing to human being and not even pleasing to the spirits, when you kill somebody for the soul of having itawele for your selfish interests, you will face law of karma. One day it will come. One day it will come. One day it will visit you. It must surely visit you one day. When you prepare that shams, that mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ Chukwu Okike Abiama created for us to use as his sons on this earth, for your selfish interest, to kill your brothers and sisters, for you just to answer Odogu, law of karma will visit you one day. When you join secret societies, that even after joining them, it requires you bringing the head of your brothers and sisters, law of karma will visit you one day. Very soon. I said very soon it will visit you. Those mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ, it was created for us to have in the days or the era of difficulties, when war will bring to our territorial zone. That is the purpose whereby our ESN will use those herbs and roots for the purpose of betterment of our people and for the betterment for saving our territorial zone, so that our enemies won't kill us all and have our land all to themselves. The law of karma would not visit them, rather it will bless them more and more, because they killed their enemies to save their nation. And that's why Israelites, when it comes to the Bible, they kill their enemies. Chukwu Okike Abiama fought alongside with them because it was right. It was right to protect your territorial zone. It was right to protect your land. But when you kill your fellow brother and sister because of issue of land, or because one thing or the other or the selfish interest of anything at all, law of karma will visit you one day. I'm serious. Very, very serious. I mean, extremely serious. Because you doesn't create life and you will never remove life. You are permitted to remove life of your enemies. Those who doesn't speak the same language with you, they are foreigners. Those who you don't even remove their life because you want to remove their life. You don't remove their life when they haven't bring trouble to your doorsteps. No, you remove their life when you know that they have bring war, they have bring threat, they have bring brutality to your doorsteps. Listen me carefully so that you will not quote me wrong anywhere you go and you say that Okanome Shimso has taught you something that it is not true. No, what I am telling you right now is true. That's why we pray every time that the heads of our enemies will fall. Not only you pray it, not only praying it with your mouth, but you go ahead to protect your territorial zone. So Umu Igbo, who are still keeping silent, who still think that because they are Christian, they shall fold their hands for them to be slaughtered. You are fool. You are foolish. You don't speak when you are supposed to be. You're supposed to speak. You don't talk when you're supposed to talk. You only talk when it is not necessary. But today, I'm giving you that exposition. A life exposition that will help you. A life exposition that will change your mindset for understanding those things that Osebolowa created here on earth and those things that he handed you, those mandates, those authority he has handed you to handle. Igbos are great. Africans are great. When you kill a Fulani because they invaded your land, raping your sisters, killing your brothers, taking your lands, killing your grandmothers, killing your grandfathers, and you keep quiet. Shame to you. That's how you will keep quiet. Your children will be slaughtered even after you must have died. Because the fight you're supposed to fight through your own generation, you never did. Yes, you never did. You never did. You never even stepped up at all, even to speak. That's why there are corruption everywhere. Corruption everywhere. Corruption everywhere. Let us shift from the war or let us keep that aside. Let us enter into another dimension. Because today I'm going to reveal the truth to you people. I'm going to share this knowledge to all nook and cranny. During the time of Israel, in the Old Testament, when they do a yearly atonement, some families bring out their cow, their bull, fowl, everything they have for the annual atonement of their saints to Chukwu Okike Abiama. They carry it to the temples. The temples, some are being taken to the Holy of Holies, which only the priests who are ordained are permitted to enter there for another extreme sacrifice or ritual to be performed at the Ark of Covenant. What is Ark of Covenant? Ark of Covenant is a instrument that involves, that contains every covenant Chukwu Okike Abiama had with our ancestors. They renew it, they made it so strong by sacrificing, doing blood sacrifice. Some, they will kill bull and sprinkle the blood at the first altar. Some are being carried into the Holy of Holies to perform that sacrifice and sprinkle the blood around the Ark of Covenant. Some of other animals will be burnt as a burnt sacrifice. Some of them will bring fruits, obele azụ akpata obele nkụ, nnukwu azụ akpata nnukwu nkụ, for the atonement of sins. It is recorded in the Bible. Them recorded, extremely recorded in the Bible. Well recorded. Moses was a prophet and Aaron was along the lineage of the priesthood. Yes, they performed the blood sacrifice. And that's why when we come to Igbo spirituality, Africa spirituality, blood is involved. Why is it involved? Because it was through us that these foreigners brought out, they stole those history of us, documented it in a Bible, and shifted our mindset to the New Testament and said that we have abolished the Old Testament. Now we are in the new era. But there is nothing like new era. I am here to debunk the name of Jesus as a lie. Even if Jesus existed, now let me tell you something you don't know. Because what you don't know is bigger than you. I say what you don't know is bigger than you. Now, coming to the New Testament that was being brought to us, that the Christianity told us that the Old Testament has been abolished, the era whereby bulls and cow, fowl, goat is being sacrificed at the temple of temples, the Holy of Holies, at the time or the era of the Israelites, where Moses become the priesthood, and when Aaron becomes the priesthood and Moses becomes the prophet of those era. Even after them, there were so many people who came again. So many people who came again, who existed And those Aaron were their ancestors. Aaron was not our ancestors, but we only acknowledge it. They only showed us what Africa has been doing before the Christianity came. But now, let us tell you something you don't know. Because some people are against Dibias. Some people are against traditional priests. Now we will review so many things to you for you to understand, because this is now you teach, will bring out the truth. We dispense that knowledge to all nook and cranny. And this is what I'm trying to do right now. So if you want to believe, you believe. If you don't want to believe, you keep it aside. Those who wants to believe it will believe. And they always know that what I'm trying to say is the truth. As I'm even saying it, Agochukwu is revealing more to me. It's revealing more to me. Yes, Agochukwu, ndị mmiri Chukwu, Ogwugwu Chukwu, Udo Chukwu, Akpu Chukwu, Ngene Chukwu, all those forces are under the control, are working for the purpose of Chukwu Okike Abiama's creation here on earth, here in this world. Now, let us go to the New Testament. You know, I'm trying to overall all these things. Then, at the time when questions begin to pop up, when people begin to ask some questions, now we begin to press so many things down, so people will understand what we are trying to speak, what we are trying to say. Now, New Testament, the white men have, they brought this instrument as a mental slavery to us. And that's why the name of my own temple, or our own temple, is the ancient natural part. We worship God, we worship Chukwu Okike Abiama, that ancient way he made us to know him, and that ancient process by which he taught us through his Agochukwu on how to worship him and do things in the right accordingly. Because we know the right and wrong before the white man brought this Bible. Yes, we know. We know. So now the New Testament now came. They wrote that John was in the wilderness speaking and prophesying about a man who is to come and to be baptized. He will baptize people with Holy Ghost and fire. John is from water realm. And Chukwu Okike Abiama created the water and created every force that work with the water realm. So we don't abolish the fact that some people came from water. We don't abolish the fact that they are being recognized by Chukwu Okike Abiama. We don't call them demonic. We don't call them evil. Because all those things were created by Chukwu Okike Abiama. Obasi pụrụ m ihe niile, osebụrụ ụwa. Chukwu pụrụ ime ife niile. He's everywhere. The food we eat, he created those things that we process and eat as a food. Now, let us not go too far. Let us now dive into the New Testament. Let us touch some little things. Now we now come into the conclusion of this our live broadcast. The New Testament. Like we said, John, who has been in the wilderness prophesying about the good deeds, and a prophet who will come that will baptize everyone with the Holy Ghost and the fire. Jesus is never a God. Jesus is just a prophet, just like us, just like you and me. Jesus is not a God. Jesus is just one of the prophets that came, just like you and me. Jesus can never be a God. The only difference between Jesus and us is just that Jesus, when he came, he understood his mission here on earth. He recognized the position of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who he terms to be his father. Chukwu Okike Abiyama is our father. If he come to us as a father, he becomes our father. He can come to us as a mother, he becomes our mother. He was the one that feed us, clothed us, he made everything available, so he's our father and he's our mother. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the great. Yes. The only difference between us, we human beings, and Jesus, who is also a human being at his own era, the only difference is just because Jesus recognized the position of Chukwu Okike Abiyama and he called him directly as his father. And he said, those who come closer to him and listen to him is his mother, siblings, and father. He was not talking about the earthly parents. He was talking about his followers. Yes, he was talking about his followers. Now, to tell you something you don't know about Jesus, today, you will know. Today, you will know it. You will know it. Today, I will expose this truth to you. Jesus is not a God. He is a smaller God just like us, but not a God that you can merge him with Chukwu Okike Abiyama. No, it is not done. It cannot be compared. There's no comparison between Jesus and Chukwu Okike Abiyama. That's where the Christians fell is. That's where the foreign people, they brought up a name to divert the African spirituality because they knew that the African spirituality is very strong and tough, which had a strong foundation. So for them to destroy that foundation, remember I told you any foundation you are to build is in your mindset. Please, bottle water will go there. Go there. Yeah. So, Jesus is a prophet. A prophet and not a God. Just like Muhammad that brought Allah, that brought Muslims. They are prophets of their own generation. They were never God. Jesus is Ezedibia. Because because what I'm telling you is a new exposition for you to understand the things of spirituality and how far we have gone to the realm of the spirit that we can never come back as a failure. As a failure. No, we can never come back as a failure. You understand? So we proceed. Jesus is not a God. Jesus is a prophet. Forget when they say that no one comes to my Father except through the Son. You are wrong. No one comes to my Father except through the Son. Now, let me break it down for you people to understand. No one comes to our Father except through us who are his sons and daughters. You cannot say you know our Chukwu Okike Abiama, whereby you didn't come for us to teach you the process which you are to follow for him to know him more and more. That is what Jesus is about to explain that particular passage. As Jesus is the Son of God, we also are sons of and daughters of God. Jesus recognized his position as a son. That is why we, who are also the sons and the daughters, supposed to recognize our position as the sons and daughters of Chukwu Okike Abiama. When you fail to know your position towards your own father, you become a prodigal son. You run away to come back and to ask your father for forgiveness. You understand? Jesus is never a God. Jesus is a prophet during his own era, and Jesus is a great Dibia. Dibia means a traditional priest who is ordained to walk in a mysterious way, even if that Jesus exists. But why I'm talking about, I'm bringing this thing is to debunk so many false teaching which the Christianity has embedded into those so-called storybooks. They say that it is a holy book, which some of us has burned into ashes. Today, China are not Christians, but they produce Bible for business. They produce it different versions. They produce it to an extent that all they know is about business. They are the country who produce Bible in so many different versions. They print, recopy, and ship it to we Christians, we Nigerian, because when something comes to us, we overdo it. When Christianity, when the white man brought Bible to us, when the Christians brought it to us, we overdo them. Nke anyị na-apụ iche. Nke anyị na-apụ ezigbo iche. So the question now is, how is Jesus a Dibia? What you don't know is bigger than you. And I believe that if you are prepared for a mission, you go through thick and air. You go through subtraction. You will go through difficulties because Chukwu Okike Abịama is molding you for a purpose which you are to stand firmly. I'm still coming. You know, there are some missions which Chukwu Okike Abịama has, a mandate that he has deposited on me, that I said that Ijelo Obanje is one of it. I haven't spoken to him about it, but he will join to the live broadcast. It's not a must, and it will never be a must. It's a sort of something well. It's something some people who will join. Most of people will join. Millions of people will join along the line. But as me who has been given this mandate, I need to explain, I need to teach, I need to shout, I need to cry for some people to know that this mandate is the truth and not the lie. Now, like I told you, the next topic we are into now is debunking lies, which the Christianity has given to us through the Christianity level. Now, we are talking about Jesus, who we say that he is not a God, but a prophet of his own era in the land of the Israelites. Jesus is not a God. Jesus is a prophet, just like each and every one of them. If you have a question so far, I can bring you up to the camera so that you ask your question and I will answer you as we go on. If you have question, ask me. I will bring you up to the camera and you will ask your question and I will answer you. So as people listen very carefully. If you have a question, you are free to ask. I will bring you up to the camera. Then we have to divide it. I'll be seeing your face, you'll be seeing my face. You ask me and I will answer you. Some people have lived Chukwu Okike Abịama as the creator and the supreme being, and now start worshiping Jesus as a God. Jesus is not a God. Jesus is a prophet, just like Elijah, just like Elisha, just like Nehemiah, just like Jeremiah, just like prophetess Esther. Those ones that's been recorded in the Bible, prophet and prophetess. Just like me, Okano Menshimso. Just like you, Aneta, Adobe, Ezewai. Just like you, Okolie Immaculate. Just like you, Eze Ijele, Eze Obanje. Just like you as a pastor. Just like you as a Jewish. Jesus is a prophet and not a God. There is nothing like God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. We only have one God. And that God is Chukwu Okike Abịama, the great. Obasipinenu, the great. Osebụla ụwa. Onye pụrụ ime ihe niile, onye nọ n'ụlọ mara ihe azụ n'ahịa. Agwụ, onye ka eji wee kpọọ ya agwụ Chukwu. Agwụ Chukwu. agwụ Chukwu. Let us proceed to the topic of Jesus. Now, for you to understand that Jesus is a prophet. Jesus can never be a God. This is the first lie we are debunking today. Because, some people, they never know how Chukwokike Abiyama, they never know my mandate. Some of my old teachings, but I'm sorry to say this, some of my own teachings was inspired by the teachings of some other people. By some other people. But today, I have started to debunk all those teachings which has been gone contrary to what I am exposing right now, because Aguchuku has revealed to me, starting from yesterday, he has been giving me so many diagrams, so many pictures, so many things, how to invest in to make sure that ordinary spirituality, not only ordinary African spirituality, is how it will survive in a good foundation in your mindset. And now you must watch it, you must listen to it, you must like it, you must share it, because we are not here to debunk, to say lies, to teach lies. We are not here to give a life exposition of lies, but we are here to tell people the truth, and the truth will set them free. Be you professor, be you Christianity, be you a lawyer, be you a PhD degree, be you a master degree, handling professor as a title, be you a doctor, be you a bricklayer, it is now you have to use your common sense to know that what we are teaching is the truth. Sometimes when some people follow Okanume Shimsu, looking at how small he is, you will say this is one of the Yahoo Facebook scammers who has been devouring people's money in the name of spiritual works, or those who we don't want you to come and visit us, to us, or regarding to your works. But since I started bringing out my face online to tell the people that we are not scammers, to tell the people we are not scammers, we are here to tell people the truth about spirituality. Spirituality. Everybody must not be in a political class. Everybody must not be a doctor. Everybody must not be a lawyer. Everybody must not be what others are. You're supposed to find out your purpose of existing here on earth. Without that, we are prone to failure. Now, Jesus is not a God. Like we have been saying it before, Jesus is a prophet. A very big prophet. Before he started his earthly mission, where went he? Where went he? He went to John 1 million, because John recognized that he needs to walk for Chukwokike Abiyama through the water to baptize people, to bring people's knowledge to make them understand that even though they say n'aja ka isi wee pụta, n'aja ka isi wee na ka anyị esi nashiakwa, mana n'aja ahụ ọ na mmiri ka isi wee pụta, na mmiri ka anyị esi wee nashia. Because right now, every land is on top of the water. You might quote me lie, but some people knows that. That's why when you dig the ground in search of water, borehole, you keep digging the ground which you stand on. You keep digging it, 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 till you come to to an extent that what you will see is water. You will now pass down the pipe from there to make sure that you pump up out the water for human consumption, for the betterment of the people. Now, when someone is buried on the ground, the rain comes, fall upon it. There are some which are to be sink down. They will continue going down, while the bones and others will turn to sand. That is to show you that our bodies comprises of the sand and the water. Before Chukwukikamanan gave us his breath, his spirit, his soul, and made us to know that we can reincarnate. But let us not go into that dimension. John understands his position. John understands his mandate. And he went inside the wilderness shouting that the coming of Jesus will soon, who will baptize everyone with the Holy Ghost and fire, if at all that Jesus existed. But if he doesn't exist, fine and good. But if he exists, I'll try to open you people's eyes to let you know that Jesus is not a God. And Jesus can never be a God. Jesus is a prophet of his time. Before Jesus started his earthly mission, what happened? What happened? He went to John for baptism. He went to the water to let the water realm to know that his ministry is about to start, and they should give him a go-ahead order. And when John saw that the person he is to be baptized is bigger than him, that's why as we are, there are so many people who are bigger than us spiritually. And when we see them, we know. We don't look at your physical appearance to know whether you are bigger than us. Those who their third eye is open will know when they see someone who is greater than them in the realm of the spirit. They bow. They respond. They respect. When we don't respect them is when we know that they are not going accordingly for the purpose of their existence. That is when we go against them. Because even though they are greater than us spiritually, the law of karma will visit them one day. One day. One day shall be one day. Because what they don't know is bigger than them. They thought that they know some things, but the others which they don't know is bigger. Very bigger than them. Far back, bigger than them. Very big and bigger than them. Then John saw that Jesus, who was requesting for him to be baptized, is bigger than him. Maka na ọfụ na onye achị ọkụ n'ọnụ. I said, who am I to baptize you? Are you not the one who I have been prophesying about, that will baptize people with the Holy Ghost and fire? Then Jesus made him to understand what is your purpose of existence. When he asked that very question, John realized and got himself back from such dilemma he is into. And he baptized. He knew that baptizing people, was the purpose why he was created. And that's why he went into wilderness and he baptized Jesus. And according to how this foreign Bible made it to be as a folk tale, they said immediately John baptized Jesus. A loud voice from heaven spoke, "This is my son, my only begotten son, to whom I am well pleased." Another lie. Another lie. To whom I am well pleased. My only begotten son. Only. Because they want to shift your mindset from the Old Testament to the New Testament, suppressing your mentality for you to accept and have the mindset that if Jesus is the only begotten son, that means you have to go through him to God, to Chukwu Okike Abiama. That is another lie. And since then till now, how many of you people from 1,000 years ago, after the death of Christ, how many of you have went to the river or praying and a loud voice from the heaven opened and said that you are my son and you are well pleased? No, it hasn't happened. That is to say that there are some atom of truth in what Bible said, Bible has recorded, but those who recorded that Bible recorded it for their own advantage. So they added so many things to their own benefit. To their own benefit. Jesus went to the river. And that's why at least they accepted the baptism in the several churches. But they don't take people down to the river again. They have debunked. They have said that going to the river to do baptism, some of them, they have debunked it. They have abolished it. They now upgraded by bringing the water to the church and you will be baptized. Whether you go to the stream or you go to the stream to collect the water, you are still using water. But the only thing there is that you have to visit that water naturally to his place of abode to make sure that everything is being processed accordingly as Chukwu Okike Abiama wants it. Now, it is this era that when you see people who go to the river for prayer, we term them devilish and demonic. We term them devilish and demonic because they have gone to the river not only to pray to Chukwu Okike Abiama, mmiri Chukwu keleke, ke ihe dị n'ime, and because of those sacrifice that we have taken, those edible things that we have taken into the river, these edible things are not for the spirit. But you are telling Chukwu Okike Abiama that you are also taking care of all the living things inside the water. It's not meant for spiritual. But it though it signifies something spiritually, that's those things that you brought to them. But in the physical realm, you are taking care of every creatures that God created inside the water. You are taking care of them. You are telling Chukwu Okike Abiama that you recognize those things he created. So you are taking care of them by giving them. Those things they cannot acquire only in that premises of the water abode. That's why you now buy banana, you buy popcorn, you buy sweets. And you know when you throw them inside the water, the next thing is that fish comes out and take them. The fishes is a symbol of the physical and the spiritual. Physical, you are taking care of the water abode and all the creatures living in the water. The spiritual part of it, that you are also recognizing the forces which Chukwu Okike Abiama created to work along with him in their own different abode of existence. Aguchukwu. Now, and listen very carefully. Jesus is not a God, but a prophet. He understood those signs. And if you ask those Christianity, where was Jesus? From the age of 12 years to 32 years. Where went he? He cannot explain. He went and studied this natural science of Chukwu Okike Abiama. He acquired so many knowledge. That's why in Bible, there was no place it was recorded that Jesus went from churches from town to destroy shrines and oracles. It was not recorded. Rather, the only things he said was that those who are possessed, those who are spiritually ill, he cast out those demons and they were set free. And remember, we told you when he casted them out, he never killed them because he knew that there is a purpose for them existing both in physical and spiritual. But he gave them a place where they would dwell. That's why they said, you just don't chase forces away. You show them, you give them where they will occupy. Because there's a reason. There is a very good reason why Chukwu Okike Abiama allowed them to exist. For the sole purpose of him who knows all knowing things. All knowing things. He knows. If you are thinking that everything Chukwu Okike Abiama created will perish and Chukwu Okike Abiama will regret why creating them, you are lying. And that is a false teaching, both in Christianity or otherwise. Nothing God created will be regretted. Rather, all glory goes to him. because he is God. When I mean God, God, sorry, because I'm using God. But the God I mean is the supreme creator, Chukwu Okike Abiama, the great. Now, have you forgot the passage in the Bible when Jesus wanted to heal a blind man? He now bowed down his head, spit on the ground, used his saliva to mold, to mix with sand, and took it and rub at the blind man's eyes, rub it so well, and commanded him to see, and he began to see. Is he not a chief priest? Is Jesus not a chief priest? What kind of person will want to perform miracle, the so-called miracle, will bring out his saliva, mix it with the ground, with the soil, and take it and rub it in the blind man's eyes? Sorry, the Nigerian electricity, they have done their worst again. Like we all know, this is a poor country that we cannot even have 24-hour steady power supply. They have misusing. They are one of those things we have been talking about. But at least it's like we will look for somewhere where we can continue our teaching, because here is so dark that some people might not even see my face. So we will look for somewhere else where we can stay, and you will see. So keep on, don't go, don't go, don't go. Stay with us, stay with us. As we look for somewhere else we can stay to keep our teaching going, because I'm taking you people to the next level. Thank you, and still remain connected. We are not yet gone. We are not yet gone. We are not yet gone. Thank you. At least I know you people can see my face. We are going somewhere whereby we can see light, so that some people will see our face very well, and we begin our teaching from where we stopped it. Thank you, each and every one of us, as you join us. Okay, this place might be good. You can stay here. You can stay here. You can stay here. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's very good. We can stay here. We can stay here. Yeah, it's very good. I hope all of you are watching it. All of you are watching. You're watching this program, this live broadcast. Wow, it's like we go back. They have bring back the power supply back. So, are we to stay here or are we to go back? It's like here is better. Is here better? Are we to stay here? Should we stay here? It's like here we can see our faces very well. Okay, so let us stay here. Let us stay here. Uh, all right, let us stay here. So, as we are saying, we are bringing this live broadcast to you. We want each and every one of you to listen so carefully about this exposition, about this great knowledge I'm giving to you people. Yes, yes. Here is better. Those following us, is here better? Are we to stay here or we should go back to where we are before? We should go back to where we are, or should we stay here? So that we don't need distractions. No, we don't need distractions. That's why. So it's like we have to go back to that place again. It's like we have to go back to that place again. All right. Okay. Let us stay here. All right. So as we are saying, Jesus is never a God. Jesus is just a prophet like us. No, you have to go. You have to change location. You have to change our location because some people want to distract us with music. Okay. Let's stay here. So, as we are saying, Jesus used mixed soil and saliva, and now drop it in the blind man's eyes for him to see. Did you actually know what he did to that place? Because what you don't know is bigger than you. What you don't know is bigger than you. And because of that thing you don't know, because of that thing you don't know, we have been making so much mistakes. Very big mistakes. Very big mistakes. So, let us write on. When Jesus, he recognized that the mother earth, which is the soil, has a great power. He recognizes the soil. When he recognizes the soil, he now brought out his spade, mix it, in joining and in communication to let the mother earth know that we are one. And when he took it and placed, and he now spoke out a powerful spoken word from his mouth. When he did that, the blind man began to see. And somehow we will say, or we are not yet ready to debunk whether actually miracles are happening. But we know when you follow the true process, actually it will work. So Jesus is a confirmed chief priest, very big chief priest. He knows how to use what God created for the sole purpose and betterment of the people's life, and not for his selfish gain. It was never for his selfish gain. He understood everything. I am getting distractions here. You have to go back to where we are before. I'm getting distractions. Let us go back to where we are before. I like that place. Thank you. Don't go. Still keep on. Hold on. As we bring another broadcast, we will give you a very big exposition that your people doesn't know. Yes. Hold on. Let us go back to where we are before. Hold on as we go to the very first place we are. I really love that place. There's no distraction there. That's why I want to be there. So please, don't forget. Don't forget, we are here to give you life exposition for how things are ought to be. So join us. Like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share. So that people will join us. People will start knowing about us. People will start knowing about us. We are back again. This is the very place we are. And I love this place. Even though there's no enough sunlight that will glaze and bring my face very well, but I love this place. There's not this much distractions here. So as we are saying, have you ever think why Jesus have to do that experiment, scientific experiment, before he heals the blind man? Have you? No. Because what you don't know is bigger than you. You thought everything is about only spoken words. You have to come in contact with nature for you to understand what we are saying. But if you are left alone only to be speaking and speaking and speaking and speaking and speaking without action, without experimenting so many things, without actually acknowledging the 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 things Chukwukike Abiyama has created, if you don't acknowledge them, you are going into a wrong dimension, which law of karma will visit you one day. Will visit you one day. I'm very sure of that. It has visited so many people, even our ancestors. Yes. And if you doesn't follow this path that I'm trying to let you know, our Igbo spirituality will not survive as it's supposed to survive. It might survive because it has already been surviving, but not to the large extent. Because even to today, so many people doesn't want to go back to tradition because they don't want the world to reject them. Actually, it's a no one aga. So whether the Obo will crash them one place which they don't know the future, whether it will crash ahead of their journey. But so far, millions of people are following that path. They wish to follow that path because those people who have been following that path are much bigger in number. They are the ones who were deceived. This teaching I'm bringing to you, this exposition is from ancient natural path, where wisdom and knowledge is being dispensed to all nook and cranny. That's why I told the people, enroll into ancient natural path. If you are a dibia, is why you have a place in ancient natural path. We have a great mission. We have so much ahead of us. But what we want is for you to live an exemplary life. Being an odinani doesn't mean you will live careless, full life. No. Being an odinani or a traditionalist doesn't mean you be living anyhow life. No. You show example to others. Like Jesus showed example to other people. That is not about using Chukwu Okike Abiama's power ọbasi bi n'elu sepụlụ ụwa nna pụrụ ime ihe niile ọ nọ n'ụlọ mara ihe so n'afịa. You cannot use his power to do evil for a very long time. The law of karma will surely visit you. It will surely visit you. I said every power belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Because it was his power that made all these things to be in existence. And since it was his power that made this to be in existence, be you anywhere, do you all kinds of charm, those charms belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama. Why did I say it? Those charms you prepared, where did you get it from? When you came to the earth, did you come with anything? Did you came with something through your mother's womb? They born you, and when they born you, you were holding some herbs in your hand. No, you were born empty-handed, and when you die empty-handed. So whatever you see when you were born on earth, as you are growing up, whatever you see that is in this earth was kept by Chukwu Okike Abiama, was created by Chukwu Okike Abiama. So ọgwụ agwọrọ agwọ bụ ike Chukwu ka ọ bụ, because so many herbs you have put in place, you have put together to produce another kind of energy was still energy of Chukwu Okike Abiama. There another energy because you brought every energy together. You bring sand from marketplaces, you bring this one, 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 you put them together. They are still created by God. You never came with anyone to the earth where you were born. So it was Chukwu Okike Abiama that made them to exist. And if he made them to exist, that means he has a purpose why he kept it. And the purpose he kept it is for human's consumption. For the good part of it and not for the bad part of it. Now, we are into a mission of ancient natural path, whereby you worship Chukwu Okike Abiama through your ancestral ways. Be you a Igbo, be you in Zimbabwe, be you in Ghana, be you anywhere part of this Africa, we are coming out to liberate Africa as a whole, not only to liberate Igbo from the zoological republic. No, not only that, but we are here to liberate Africa. We have brought another new dimension whereby our traditional stuff will be survived internally. I mean internally. You see this now saying it will survive every one of us internally. When you begin to understand, when you begin to set your foundation, when you begin to erase so many things in your mindset and now have so many right things put together, as to be in your mind, on your heart, it means you are setting a good foundation. Because now we are breaking every barriers. We are breaking every mental slavery which they told us. But now we are breaking everything into pieces. Into pieces. Ancient natural path is a temple which Chukwu Okike Abiyama has given me the design, has given me everything on how it will work, has given me how possible, how it will contribute in survival of ordinary spirituality and African spirituality as a whole. There's no need of coming to steal the steal division and go elsewhere to do something else. When you steal the mission and go somewhere else to do it, you fail. Because that mission wasn't revealed to you. And as I said now, today, this very minute, this mission has begun. It has begun to the extent that I cannot ever drop this mission till I drop dead. Yes. Yes, I'm telling you the truth. Oh, these people. This is what now we have. This is what we have been suffering from Nigeria. No steady power supply, 24 hours. No steady one. That means if you are going out, we go out for once and we will stay there and continue what we are doing. You will not come back because it doesn't trust this zoological power supply. We have to go to another place and continue our live broadcast. But don't go. We are still with you. Don't go. We are still with you. Thank you very much. As you hold on, we are coming.